welcome back to my channel. And today I will be ranting about the Chinese takeover of Jamaica, because that is what it seems like. And I have two issues that I want to kind of intertwine with each other. And first, just follow me. The first article I'm discussing is in the Jamaica Gleaner again, and it's titled Land Probe: Lack of Valuation Forces OCG to Intensify Investigation of Chinese Property Deal. So the country's main anti-corruption body says that it will now have to intensify a probe into the 720 million US North to South Highway contract between the government and the China Harbour Engineering Company. Contractor General Dirk Harrison disclosed the office's intention yesterday, following revelations on Wednesday by the National Road Operating and Construction Company that 1,200 acres of state lands being given to the investors under the deal was not valued. So what that means now is that Jamaica most likely entered into this deal getting I don't know if I the long end I stick them a get or the short end, but them a get the end with the shit on it. Anyway, so alright, so the deal involve alright, here's the deal, right? Them want these roads built in a Jamaica, right? Them want them highway built in a Jamaica. So the Jamaican government say, alright, you Chinese company, please build this highway. The Chinese bear the cost of building the highway, and them set up the toll on it, and them a collect money, which are going to pay back for the highway. Plus, the government give them 1,200 acres of land without valuing the land. That means that the 720 million US where it a cost to build the highway, the land where them a get, most likely worth more than the 720 million there. Not only that, when them develop it and whatever businesses them put on it, I gotta generate way more than that. Way more than that. So the Chinese them a pay back themselves. Them a pay back themselves a million times. Plus the highway where them build, them a set up toll on it for charge back people for the damn highway. So in my eyes, this is of no benefit to Jamaicans. Jamaicans don't need to drive on any roads until Jamaicans figure out. Jamaicans do not need to drive on any roads until Jamaicans figure out how to build roads, and that is I may stick to that belief, because it don't make no sense. You take somebody, you make somebody gear some fish out of them basket. It's better you make them teach you how to fish, and then you go catch your own fish, so you can be self-sufficient. So when the Chinese company are coming to Jamaica, I pretend like them might do this for the benefit of Jamaica. Them not doing it for the benefit of Jamaica. Them not no more road for build a China. So they need someone to expand to know we are allowed them to exploit we are allowed our government, the jackass them in our government are allowed the Chinese them for come in and build them road there where we don't need. We do not need it. And we should not have it until we learn how to make it. We are not inadequate people. We have the brain power, we have the muscle, we have the might. We just need leaders with vision, and these leaders have no vision, because if they had vision, they would recruit some college students, they would recruit some high school students or whatever, send them abroad, train them, pay for their education, and make sure they learn all the intricacies of building these roads and bring them back to Jamaica. Make sure you have them on a contract that they have to come back to Jamaica. And when they come back to Jamaica, you make them plan out all that is necessary for these highways to be built and all that Jamaicans need to come together and buy, rent, and create to make this highway. And so we have a highway, and if we do decide to put a toll on the highway, we put a toll and then we make sure, write it in law, that the funds collected from the toll, either it go to renovating the normal roadways in Jamaica, or we put it towards education, or we put it towards healthcare. And that is the vision that the Jamaican government should have had. Not a vision where them have the Chinese come in, acting like they're doing us a favor, while they get in free land and they get into to wring Jamaicans dry with collecting tolls. Alright. So now them have the 1200 acre land, and them probably have more. They might probably have more land. Plus, they must set up all sort of illegal business in Jamaica where them not get license for create. Plus, some of them not pay no taxes at all. So all them do is leech on Jamaica. And all we get. What is the big fascination with highways? You see, it's like the poor people who like to wear Jordans. What's the big fascination with spending $200-300 on a pair of shoes? Just to look good. You're still poor. You're still impoverished. That money you're wasting on tolls now, that's going straight into the pocket of these Chinese business people, that could have been money going into our education system. That could have been money that goes to a scholarship to help educate a Jamaican. That could have been money going to educate a Jamaican and giving an expertise on how to build highways. Alright, I have to go pick up somebody right now. So I will finish the rest of this run in a few minutes. Catch you back. Bless you. Alright, so let me finish up this video now. Now I got tight in back because with this Lisa Anna video I see this morning. Which it is so telling. It is so telling. But before me even give the Lisa Anna video, I'm gonna tell you about my own experience with the toll boat. Now, me go back to Jamaica one of the times, right? Couple years ago, probably 2 years ago or so. And I drive on the road. I drive on the road back to Waterford, right there, so we lead to the toll road. But normally, that road there you can drive on the road there and go around a back road. You understand? So me that shoot a video and me the want go around. There so go see if me can find a spot for shoot a scene. So me a drive now, me and the artist a drive. Me a drive and me a look for the road for go backward road. Me not see no road, it a lead straight to the toll boat. So anyway, me drive up to the toll boat, me a tell them say, oh, me not try left Portmore. Me just make a mistake and me never know say that road a cut off now. So you can just let me through when I go back, you see me? One bag or something them not let me through. So I just tell them for fuck off. And I just hit a reverse and I reverse right back go Portmore Mall. You understand? And if me can recover that video there from my hard drive, me go do it and upload it. But here is Lisa Anna now. Now Lisa Anna have a having an experience of her own with these people, these blood-sucking people, who them give power to wring Jamaicans dry. I don't know. Jamaica is so friggin' small. There shouldn't be any toll booth anywhere for any road in a Jamaica at any time. And if there has to be a toll, it should be for the purpose of raising money to fund some sort of public assistance, whether it be in education or healthcare or to old people or to children or something, or recreation for Jamaican, building some parks or something. It should not be going into the pockets of any private company, which is what them have now. Them have Jamaican paying toll to go into the pockets of private companies, and that is not good. And plus on top of that, them gear up land. Them gear up land will most likely worth more than what these roads cost, which makes it a very bad deal for Jamaicans. Anyway, let me play Miss Lisa Anna.
So I just got home, having experienced perhaps the worst customer service I've ever had in my own country. I got on the toll highway from Malmö Bay to Caymanas, something I do almost every other day. The toll charge from my vehicle from Malmö Bay to Caymanas is $2,450. So just a while ago, I only had $2,000 in my bag. So I say to the
pause that now. Now, that's about 20 US. Now, these are the most unreasonable toll me ever hear, because anytime me ever run across toll in the US, it has never been such a high price. Now, little 300-mile long Jamaica have toll where cost 20 US, that no make no sense. First, that are the first point.
Toll collector, can I just go and pay it by credit card? The sales office is right there, or I have my debit card. She says, no, they only accept cash. So I said, but I use this highway almost every day. I mean, just let me jump out and let the car through. Let me jump out, the sales office is right there. She said, they don't accept credit cards or debit cards. I said, but in this day and age, why wouldn't you accept credit cards or debit cards? She says, the Chinese only want cash. I said, is that a policy?
Right. If you know anything about business, when people don't want to accept credit card, when they don't want to accept card payment, they might try to avoid a footprint. Some of them might try to avoid other people being able to count up their money. You understand? So, right there, so me kinda suspect that something not right with them only accepting cash. It just not seem right. Not in a 2017 when it much easier for them just say, alright, we swipe the card and collect same way.
And she said yes, and she can't do anything about it. So I said, can you call a supervisor? She calls a supervisor, and the supervisor says, no, I either have to find US or have somebody bring the $450 for me. So I said, somebody must drive from Hope Road to Caymanas to bring $450. She said, ma'am, I can't do any better. So I get out of the car, I walk to the sales office, and I said, look, let me buy a pass, because in buying the pass, I can just give her the card and I can pay the toll to leave. She says, no, the pass won't be activated and we don't accept credit cards. I said, so what am I supposed to do, stay here? I have a debit card and credit card. She says, well, we don't accept those. So you either call somebody to bring the $450 for you, or you find some US. You don't have any US? I said, no, I don't travel with US. But there must be another way. I said, why wouldn't you accept even a debit card? She says, no. So I said, well, how much is a pass? And so when she works out how much time I drive, and mind you, this particular lady in the sales office is not trying to help anybody. She has perhaps the most passive-aggressive attitude I have ever come across in life. She was rude, she was curt, and at the same time, she's just not trying to help. So I said, well, can you call a supervisor? I said, I'm trying to give you Now I'm trying to give you $30,000 based on what you say I owe on what I used to buy a pass. She says, well, she calls the supervisor. The supervisor says, no, somebody has to come with $450. So I call my office on Hope Road, have somebody drive to bring $450. The man arrives with the $450, at which time she says, well, my supervisor now says I can collect it via credit card. So I said, but all that time, you couldn't just try and use your discretion in this day and age of payment? You weren't trying to be helpful? I said, here I am also trying to buy a pass to give you guys more money, right? And you're not even trying to say, okay, let me see how best I can help you. Let me go inside. Let me speak to somebody. Is this how you always treat the ordinary person who is even driving through the toll? Suppose they didn't have a credit card or a debit card or something. So in the end, I have to pay $6,000 for, because I'm buying now a pass to get through. The pass is $6,000 for the instrument. And based on the amount of usage that I use on the highway during the week, it's $30,000, right? So I pay $36,000 plus the $2,450. And I had to say to the lady, I said, look, you know, this can't be a situation in Jamaica where our own Jamaicans are treating us this way. She says, well, I can't break policy. I said, I understand that, and I'm not asking you to break policy. But I want to say to the owners of the highway that in this day and age, when you have...
She said this can't be a situation in Jamaica where our own Jamaicans are treating our people this way. You know what shouldn't be the situation? It should not have been the situation in Jamaica where you politicians voted and agreed to bring in Chinese companies to build highways in Jamaica and end up charging Jamaicans an arm and a leg to drive on the friggin' highways. We should not have had any highways until we learn how to build the highways ourselves. So that is the issue. We should not have had Jamaicans like you, Miss Lisana, or whoever, even if you weren't in the time, you didn't stand up against this. Because this is an injustice against Jamaicans. You politicians should not have allowed Chinese companies to come into Jamaica to be doing this now to Jamaicans. That is where the problem starts. The problem isn't just because you, misprivileged, has now experienced what regular people experience. You expected everything to be smooth sailing because you have power. No, you have felt how it feels to be powerless. That is how we feel when you idiots in the government sell us out to people like this instead of investing in Jamaica and educating Jamaicans and training Jamaicans to come and do this fucking work. This work like building fucking roads so that we can drive on the roads, and even if we have to pay toll to the Jamaican government or to Jamaican institutions, that would be a much better idea than paying toll to private Chinese companies. That is how you sold us out, and that is the bigger issue here. Not the fact that you weren't treated nicely. Not the fact that you were treated like regular people do. Now you can identify with us, with how we feel. And trust me, I said that day they would not get a dime out of me. I don't care if them come from China, India, I don't care how them love money. The principle is worth more to me. And that is the same thing that these people should have considered before them bringing people come build road. The principle is more valuable than the fucking road. The principle of doing for your fucking self. Doing for yourself. If you cannot afford it, do without it. Do without it, because you're only going to go into debt. You are only going to go into debt if you start trying to accumulate things, items that you cannot afford. And we could not afford these roads at the time when these people started to have other people build these roads, because these are not Jamaicans building these roads. We need to have Jamaican people doing this type of construction in Jamaica. If we don't have, I bet my money there has been no transfer of knowledge and technology in this whole process. Because the Chinese come in and they do everything. The only thing Jamaicans will do here is some menial work. Lift bucket and carry this and carry that and drop off this and drop off that. They're not doing anything else. They're not learning how to build roads. And then she's talking about Jamaicans treating other. Think about the way you people treat us by selling us short in this way. Look how many thousands of children graduate high school a year. Look how many students are at UTEC and University of the West Indies. When you never see it fit for send them off, for fund them education and make them go learn how to build road. And come back and invest back in Jamaica. When you never see that fit, when you see this, these are simple fucking things, people. Simple things. We have thousands and thousands of young people in Jamaica that need fucking work. Now you want to send them go to the fucking army. When you could have sent the ones with the higher achievement in education, you could have sent them for them go learn all of the engineering and everything necessary for build the fucking road them. Then you could have bring them back in the country and have them and the ones them who want to send go army, have all of them work together for build the fucking highway them. And guess what? Jamaicans would have learn and we country would have benefit more, and any toll we pay would have go back in the Jamaican economy, in the country. Invest back in the people. But you don't do this fuckery, you don't do this foolishness, and then now come and cry because you experience the nasty behavior them what we have to experience as regular people. And you still not see the friggin', when you still not see the bigger picture, when you still not see the fault in this fucking highway. Because what? You mesmerized, you blinded by the aesthetics of it. Oh, we have a pretty road. It reminds me of when I'm in Atlanta. It reminds me of when I'm in Florida. Oh, I feel like we're advanced now when we still don't know shit and we still are incapable of fixing the fucking roads that we drive, the regular roads. That should have been our first duty. Mastering how to fix and how to maintain the current roads that we have. And then when we have that down to a T, then we move on to trying to build highways that we need. But no, when you love the aesthetics of everything, man, and that fool, you know. Now we are pay with an arm and a leg for this friggin' highway. Plus we are give away land.
Other means of payment. You really must sit back and think about whether or not you're doing the right thing to just hold people ransom if they have other forms of money to give you. That's one. Two, you really need to step up your customer service in the sales office at the Caymanos leg of the highway. Because at the end of the day, when another customer came in, they could recount to me that the way she knew I was inside the office, because when she walked out, she didn't have very nice things to say about me. As a matter of fact, she wanted me out of her office, which she thought was very unprofessional. And so I'm posting this simply because I don't know if anybody else has gone through the same experience. But if they have, I would suggest that the persons in charge of the highway take stock. Really try to use your discretion. We use this highway. It is a good investment. It is a joy to drive. But at the same time, you cannot treat people this way. And you should not allow people to treat people this way, right? I sat there for a good amount of time, and I want to thank the supervisor who eventually said, let her pay by credit.
Alright, so now I'm going to relate this back. Some fear big problem is just about the customer service. And this is the shallowness of thought in Jamaica. And I see it repeated time and time again with these politicians. The shallow thought, the shallow thought, the shallowness of them thinking. Shallowness of them thinking. Remember the guy, the brother, the American, the little nerd, where did I make the comment about the scam of them, or him did arrogant and patronizing. And this is how these leaders, these so-called leaders in Jamaica, them incompetence have these people from foreign countries coming in, and they are following that trend of arrogance. All of them are arrogant because they know, they see that they are entering into a relationship where the Jamaican leaders have made it clear that these foreigners are superior. They are the ones who have the power in this relationship. There's no equity at all anywhere in these relationships. That's why they can have these draconian style rules at these toll booths, these toll stations, or whatever them call it. That's why no lenience can be shown, because them come in with them prison style, with them slave style mentality, which them probably are bring from the company them where them work back in a them place, because so them treat a lot of them poor people in China. You understand? So them come and bring the same thing to it, the same behavior, and these are the people, the politicians, who agree to these stupid highways. These are the people that allow them to come, bring them arrogance and bring them patronized behavior, bring them nasty customer service to us Jamaicans. Now them are going to be arrogant with it. Them are going to be disrespectful. Them not be understanding of us while them are try to collect money. Like it not make no sense. Me don't know about nobody else, but me don't know why people frightened for fucking highway. Them can keep the fucking highway. Them can keep the friggin' highway. Them can destroy it, dig it up, and carry it, go back, go lay it down somewhere in China. Because until the Jamaican leadership can make sure say we can build road in Jamaica using Jamaicans from start to finish, it don't make no sense. Might as well we go back to dirt road, because if we not learn to catch the fucking fish, then we don't deserve no fish. Or some feel like, you understand? You can't grow the food, you can't fucking eat it, man. Because what benefit is it to you when you cannot feed yourself? You got always a stretch your hand out to somebody, and then them can do anything they want. Them can take advantage of you anywhere they want. Anywhere they want. I mean, we encourage, what the reason why we encourage our young girls to get education and be independent? So that them go into relationships with equity and nobody cannot use money or use wealth for control them and abuse them. But why we can't apply these simple principles to the way we run the country, to the way the government run, to the way we interact with foreign people, with foreign companies? Why cannot Why can't we find equity in these relationships? Anyway, that is the end of this rant, people. Please like this video and share this video. And comment on this video most of all, because I like to interact with people. Blessings.